911, what are you reporting?
This is AC. I have OJ in the car.
Okay, where are you?
Please, I'm coming up the 5 freeway.
Okay.
Right now, we are okay, but you gotta tell the police to just back off. He's still alive, but he got a gun to his head.
Okay, hold on a minute.
Shut up and sit down. Shut up and sit down.
Greetings, people of Earth. Here we go. We are live. How we doing tonight? Late night Saturday night. Nothing else to do, so hit the live button. Figure let's talk some sports. And it's Sports Chat Live. Let's chat sports live. Sports Chat Live. Let's chat sports live. What's up, folks? How we doing tonight, man? How's everybody out there? I've been fucking around with some AI, as you can tell. If you are signed up and subbed on the YouTube side of the channel, you know that we've been screwing around with some AI tonight. Busting it out, getting freaky. Getting our freak on here at the 3rd floor. Getting scary wary. That's for sure, you wary. Yeah, man. So how's everybody doing out there? What a weekend. What a weekend of sports. Wow, we saw like Jekyll and Hyde with the Toronto and Seattle. Seattle busting it out with the Suarez Grand Slam. Called it here on the 3rd floor. If you were here yesterday for the 3rd floor. Live broadcast of Game 4. You heard it here. The call, the Grand Slam call, the whole game. We called the whole game, and we will call game number 5 tomorrow. I believe it's 7 on the East Coast, 4 on the West Coast. We'll be live for that. We're going to have some unique coverage tomorrow, so just stay tuned. Make sure you hit the follow. Make sure you hit the sub and notification, because tomorrow is going to be a little bit of a different day for the 3rd floor as far as broadcasting goes. But we will be here for Game 5 for sure. Also, tomorrow night, another episode of the 3rd Floor Puppet Show. That's only on Rumble. It's only available on Rumble. So if you're not on Rumble, get on Rumble. How do you get on Rumble? Go to any one of my posts on YouTube. Go into the comments, and there's a link there for Discord, X, Rumble. All the links to all the shows are in the comments. And they're here and they are there. So let's go, people. The chat is open. This is pretty much for you guys. What do you want to talk about? We could talk about anything, not necessarily sports, but yeah, we are kind of a sports show. That's why it's called Sports Chat Live. Let's chat sports live. So yeah, it's open. What do you guys want to talk about? Feel free. You watched any of the puppet shows? What do you think of the puppet shows? Are you normal on you one of our normal followers as far as the play-by-play goes? What's the deal, man? Let us know in the chat. Comment. If you're watching our replay, just go in the comments. We reply to everything. It doesn't matter. We get to you. We'll get back to you. We'll give you the thumbs up and the heart, and we'll give you a reply for sure. So go in the comments if you're watching on replay. Don't be shy. And all the links are in comments, like I said. Even the email to the show. So if you want to email the show, feel free to. Got any questions or anything that you want to talk about? Behind the scenes shit, whatever. But yeah, here we are, Sports Chat Live. Let's chat sports live. Show number 5. This is our 5th edition of this, which is pretty cool. Our 5th edition. Sometimes we do these crazy hand gestures. Something happens on Rumble. So just in case. Like, see, we do this. Peace. Peace, people. Usually balloons pop up, but no balloons tonight. No balloons. Yep, there they go. There's the balloons. See? And then you do this, and you get a thumbs up. You get a thumbs up. That's how when you hit the thumbs up, you get the thumbs up bubble. But, all right, no thumbs up. Can't get the thumbs up. I don't know. You got to do it on your end. So while you hit the like, while you hit the sub, while you hit the follow, and you're getting in the comments, what do you all want to talk about? It's a wide open. This is your show. We're here to chat. What do you want to chat about? Got my brace off. My hand is circulating a little bit. Fucking elbow is fucking hurting. We're going to get cut on November 10th. They're going to cut us here. They're going to cut us here. They're going to cut us right there. And then they're going to cut us like right there. And that's supposedly going to take care of all the nerve damage. We'll see. I don't have nerve damage now. You think I'll have nerve damage then? Yeah, November 10th, under the knife. Not happy, not excited. What I am excited about is being live and being able to talk to you guys about some sports or whatever you guys want to talk about. Let's talk about it. Get in the live chat. Get in the live chat. It's the only way we can do it. It's the only way we can communicate is with the chat. So get on in there, man. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Let's talk sports. Let's chat sports.
It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?
This is drugs. This is your brain on drugs. Any questions?
Turn this around, and I think with the help of the overrated and not such a big deal after all, Montreal Expos, the Cubs will triumph today. A beautiful day here at the true Wrigley Building at the corner of Clark and Addison. Today it's baseball, the Cubs and the Expos. Starting for the Expos in left field, Casey Candel. He's no good. In right field is Mitch Webster. He's no good. At first is Andre, how would you folks at home say that name? Andre Galarraga. I don't think there's any question, but the names on the Cubs are a lot easier to pronounce, and they seem to be more like baseball players' names. The almighty Chico Walker in left field. Come on, let's hear it for him. Come on, everybody up. Chico Walker, come on. Ryan Sandberg, come on, let's hear it for him. Andre Dawson. Come on, I know he was an Expo, but he's okay now. Come on. Frankly, I love the O Canada national anthem because there's only like 10 words to it, and I wish they'd let me sing it. It's one of the goofiest national anthems I've ever heard. It makes the national anthem of the United States sound like Beethoven's Ninth. It's just ridiculous. They've only got 5 words in the song, and they just keep saying them over and over again. And I hope you Canadian folks call up and say something to whoever's in charge.
Now let's turn our attention to yesterday's NFL highlights featuring the unbeatens as they went into the day's action.
That's Larry Smith, once of Florida. And
Howard's talents at doing the halftime highlights were immeasurable. He would have no script with him whatsoever, except for a shot sheet to say this person ran the ball or caught the ball for X number of yards and it made the score Y. Everything else that was said during the period of this piece was strictly off the top of Howard's head.
Led by that man, number 32, O.J. Simpson, throwing to Mel Gray, the youngster from Missouri University. Mean Joe Green comes in and hits. What a ball game this was. This is Mac Harris. Look at him sneak through. Touchdown. Namath whispering to the center, John Schmidt. Schmidt didn't hear him. Confusion, despair, defeat.
Halftime highlights took on a life of their own. Of course, everybody blamed Howard for what was on halftime highlights. It was never Howard's decision. It was the producer's decision at the time.
I mean, we actually had people threatening, our lives. And so Chet Forty and I always used to tell everybody in the press that it was Howard that picked the halftime highlights because we figured, if somebody was going to get popped, it might as well be Howard. And so Howard's way of getting back was on the air saying,
The NFL highlights of key games yesterday as selected by the show's producers.
There were, I think, people who tuned in Monday Night Football because they hated Howard. Because they wanted to hear what he said so that they could yell what the television said.
Those Monday Night Football crowds, some of them in some cities, they were animals. Sometimes he would have FBI protection. And I used to watch those games just to make sure some lunatic wasn't there with an Uzi or an AK-47 shooting up the booth. I wanted to make sure that my father got through those 4+ hours every Monday night.
Pretty wild back in the day, man. Something about that name Howard causing some craziness. Howard Cosell, Howard Stern, Howard Lutnick. Lots of Howards out there. So how we doing out there, people? We could talk about some sports. Let's talk about, let's see what we got coming up here on Sunday. Let's see what we got coming up on Sunday, all right? Let's check it out. Well, tomorrow we got the Marlins. Tomorrow we got the Marlins. Tomorrow we got the Mariners and Toronto Blue Jays. That's game number 5 in Toronto. Seattle leading that series now, picking up a massive win last night. It's all over for the Brewers. They're done, so Dodgers will have some time off. Shohei, 3 homers last night. Really? 3 homers, 10 strikeouts. Unfucking believable. Unbelievable. So people want to know, what if Judge could pitch? Well, if Judge could pitch, he'd be Shohei. That's just amazing. He's got 2-0. He's 2-0 with a 2.25 ERA. That's crazy. He gets his second win in the postseason. That's his first postseason start in L.A. Spear picking up the win yesterday for Seattle. Little got the loss. Let's see what the matchup is for tomorrow. We got Gilbert going for Seattle. He is 1-0 with a 2.45. And Yes Savage. He's the one that kind of shut the Yankees down. He's 1-1 with a 4.82. And like I said, I don't think he struck out all those Yankees. I think the Yankees struck themselves out for sure, the way I see it. Just switch this over here. Let's switch that real quick. Get that on over here. Okay, there we go. So, so we got the chat there. And, Yes Savage, like I said, he's 1-1 with the big 4.82. So, not all that. Now, let's check the NFL game. Can you believe it's fucking week 7? Right? It's fucking crazy. I can't believe we're already at week 7 in the NFL. There's only fucking 11 weeks left? All right, here we go. So, kicking off tomorrow at 6:30 a.m. That's an East Coast time, I guess. Another fucking game in London, in Wembley. It's the Rams. Jags get the home. 4-2 Rams, 4-2 Jags. I don't know. Who do we like here? Rams minus 3.5. The over-under is 44.5. Let's take the... That's a tough game. But it's being played overseas, so it's less and less of a ride for the Jags, I guess. So... let's take the Jags, and we'll take the Jags in the over. Then we go to Chicago for the Saints, 1-5 against the Bears, who are 3-2, 1-1 at home. It's Bears by 3.5, 45.5 over under. Let's take the Bears, and we'll take the under. Dolphins 1-5. They are 0-3 on the road against the Browns, who are 1-5, and they are 1-2 at home. And Cleveland's favored in this game. I guess that's because they're home. Minus 2.5. Over under 34.5. They are not looking for any kind of offensive, any sort of offense in this fucking game. But let's take the Dolphins. Let's take the 2.5. We'll go over. Let's go over. So we got the Jags plus 3.5. We got the Bears minus 3.5. We got the Dolphins plus 2.5. And Rams Jags 44.5 over under. We got the under. Bears and Saints 45.5. We're taking the under. Dolphins Browns 34.5. We'll take the over. Patriots at the Titans. Patriots, I told you, if you watch the breakdown, when I broke down the beginning of the year, went through all these teams, I said the Patriots they're a new team this year. And right now they're proving it. They are 4-2 and they are 3-0 on the road. So that's pretty impressive that they are 3-0 on the road. So Patriots, no problem on the road. Against the Titans, who are 1-5 and they are 0-2 at home. So that equals minus 6.5 for New England. 42.5 over under. Look, I'm going to tell you, Patriots will probably put up 30-something points themselves. They'll cover that 6.5. So we'll take the Patriots minus 6.5, and we'll take the over of 42.5. We'll take it over there. Then another early game is the Raiders at the Chiefs. Raiders are 2-4, 1-2 on the road. Chiefs are 3-3, 2-1 at home. Chiefs are 11.5 point favorite, 45.5 over under. I'm going to tell you what we're going to do here. We're going to take the Raiders, and we're going to take the over. So we got the Raiders and the over against the Chiefs. Then we move on to another early game, which is the Eagles, 4-2, 2-1 on the road against the Vikings, 3-2, 2-1 at home. Philly, 2.5 point favorite on the road. And the over-under is 43.5. So let's take the man. This could be something different. This game could be not what we're looking at. So let's take the under of 43.5. We'll go under there. We'll take Philly minus the 2.5. Okay, yeah, I just think Philly's too much for them right there. Then the last early game is Carolina at the Meadowlands. The Panthers, surprisingly, 3-3, 3 decent wins, but they are 3-0 at home, and they are 0-3 on the road. And they are going to the Jets, who are 0-6, and they are 0-4 at home. So there's a lot of a lot of O's here. Carolina is a 1.5 point favorite. The over/under is 41.5. I think that the Panthers can put 40 up and the Jets nothing. So let's go under 41.5, and we'll take the Carolina Panthers to cover this one. Unfortunately, I got to root for I'm pulling for the Panthers. I don't want them to win because they're in my division, but they're playing the Jets, so oh well. So let's see how easy that is on Sunday for the Panthers on the road in the Meadowlands. We got the Panthers minus 1.5 and an under of 41.5. Moving on to the late games. Interesting game here. The only reason that this game is interesting is because of what happened last week. Well, on Thursday night, when the Giants put it to the Philadelphia Eagles in the Meadowlands. But now the Giants are going on the road where they are 0-3. They're 2-4, and they're going to play Denver, who is getting back on track, 4-2, picking up a big win last week. And they are 2-0 at home. They are a 7.5 point favorite here, so we'll take Denver. We'll give the 7.5. 40.5 is the over/under, and I think we'll take the over there. Moving on, the Colts, who are 5-1 on the year. Surprise? I no, because this is how they were supposed to play last year and continue to play. Let's see if they can continue to play at this level that they're playing. They're 5-1. They're 1-1 on the road, and they're going to San Diego. Well, L.A. Sorry, whatever. Chargers, who are 4-2, and they are 2-1 at home. I like the Chargers here, so look for the Chargers to slow the Colts down. Chargers are a 2.5 point favorite. That's the home thing. We'll take that. Give that. 48.5 is your over/under. We'll take the over. Interesting game here. There's a lot on the line here for this game because everything just took a major turn with the Giants beating the Eagles. Now the division games become even more important in that once tough NFC East. So you got the Redskins going to Dallas. The Redskins are 3-3, 1-2 on the road against the Cowboys, 2-3-1. They are 1-0-1 at home. You don't get many games like this, okay? Now, back in the day, my uncle would call this game a fuck you game. Dallas is favored by 1.5. They got the hook because they're home. But you have an over and under of 54.5. Okay, the Redskins Cowboys 54.5 point over under. I'm going to take the over here. I'm going to take the Redskins. Call me nuts, call me crazy, but I don't see Cowboys winning this game. I just don't. So look for the Redskins. We'll take the 1.5, and we're going to go over in that 54.5 because that's a fuck you game. Then another interesting game. And this game really got interesting because of, like I said, what happened last week. This week, the Packers, they need to get their shit together. So they are 3-1-1, and they are 0-1-1 on the road. And they're going against the Cardinals in Arizona, who are 2-4, and they are 1-2 at home. Green Bay is minus 7.5 favorite here, a 44.5 point over under. We'll take the over, and we'll take the Pack to get back on track. Moving on to the Sunday night game, which became really interesting because of what happened last week with the Atlanta Falcons deciding to play football. I need these guys to start losing These guys all of a sudden are starting to play some decent football, which is scary, and I need them knocked off in my division. So now I got to pull for the Niners. So the Falcons take their 3-2 sorry asses, 1-1 on the road into San Francisco, which is right up the road here. I could actually be there in 45 minutes, and I don't need a car. Against the Niners, who are 4-2, 1-1 at home. Niners are a -2.5 favorite, 47.5 over under. We're going to take the under all day there, and we're going to take the Niners and give the 2.5. Come on, Niners, do me a favor. Thursday night, we saw an intense shootout. At half, it was 17. It was 17-10 at halftime. The final score wound up being 33-31. Bengals over the Steelers, moving the Bengals to 3-4, 2-1 at home. Steelers dropped to 4-2, 2-1 on the road. That's a big loss for the Steelers in a lot of ways, and a major win for the Bengals. Now, moving on to Monday night, which is a doubleheader night, another doubleheader. Starting off with my boys, the Bucs. The 5-1 Bucs, who are 3-0 on the road, go into Detroit once again. I don't know how Detroit got a home game here after we just went in there and played them not too long. We just played Detroit in Detroit. Now we're going back to Detroit. I don't get it. I don't know why they get the home game again. Because they finished better. It's stupid. Anyway, the Lions are 4-2 and they are 2-0 at home. The Lions are 6.5-point favorite. I'm taking the Bucs all day long. 6.5 is just stupid. And the over-under here is 53.5. This is going to be a score fest. So we'll take the over. We'll take the Bucs. You're giving Baker a touchdown. Literally, you're giving him a touchdown and a half a point all day long. All fucking day long. That's a pretty much a gimme bet right there. Because I'm looking at the Bucs could knock them off outright. I don't know what they're seeing there, but 6.5? Wow. Then the second half of the doubleheader is a big, huge, massive game for both teams because of what happened last week, especially Seattle. So the Texans are going all the way up to Seattle, which is rare for them. A rare occasion for the Texans to be up in Seattle, 2-3, 1-2 on the road. Taking on the Seahawks, who are 4-2, 1-2 at home. Seahawks are a -3.5-point favorite and a 41.5 over/under. I say we'll take the over and we'll take the Seahawks. I don't think Texans can handle it up there in Seattle. I think the environment and I think the crowd is just too much for anything that Texas sees anywhere else in the NFL. They don't see too many places like Seattle on their schedule. And there ain't too many places like Seattle on their schedule because there ain't too many places like Seattle on anybody's schedule. And your bye week teams are the Bills and the mass unit Ravens. And if any team ever needed a week off, it's the Ravens. The Ravens could actually use 2 weeks off if it was possible. So there you go. There's the whole breakdown of Week 6. All our picks are over and unders. There they are. Give you kind of a quick breakdown of the Game 5. We're going to take a look at Game 5 a little bit more in just a minute. But right now, an NFL moment brought to you by us.
One win away from clinching the AFC West.
It's for the division championship. It's Monday Night Football. It doesn't get any sweeter. This is why you play professional football.
Handoff going here to James Brooks in the backfield over right tackle to the 20, to the 15, to the 10, spins out of the grab from Packer at the 5, breaks 2 more tackles, touchdown Chargers! What a run! Back to passes, Fouts again, steps up under pressure, throwing deep to Joyner, great catch! Touchdown Chargers!
The Chargers have won the AFC West. They're dancing in the aisle. Bring on the rest of the NFL.
Hey, do we have any character? That's all I want to know. Yeah, but do we have any character? We were very focused in the locker room after the game. Relieved, I think, was a big part of it. And what's next is more important because we had failed the 2 previous years.
At that point, you've already been in the playoffs. You've already been to a championship game. It's big. It's Monday night. It's the Raiders, but there are bigger things out there.
Boom, boom. Those are some great years, some fun years in the NFL. Hard-hitting years in the NFL. So let's take a peek here, see what's going on here for game number 5. So why keep saying game number 5? Game number 6, sorry. I meant to keep saying game 6, game 6. I wrote everything out as game 5. Everything should be game 6. I don't know why I got game 5 on my mind. Just stuck with game 5. Yeah, there is. Just want to see if there is any news on Springer. He's day to day. All right, so they just listed. They got him listed as day to day. Springer, after he took that shot off the kneecap, and that was a shot off the kneecap, man. That shit was no joke. And like I said, the matchup tomorrow is Gilbert, who is 1-0 with a 2.45 ERA. His whip is a 1.27. He has 11 innings pitched here in the postseason, giving up 12 hits, 11 strikeouts, 2 walks, and he hasn't given up a bomb. Savage, 1-1 with a 4.82 ERA, 0.86 whip, 9.1 innings pitched, 4 hits, 15 strikeouts, 4 walks, and 1 home run. Big, big, big. So, I don't know. You're looking at the matchup. You look at this all over. You look at this, and then you say the only thing that Toronto has going for them tomorrow is they are in Toronto. Other than that, there ain't too much happening there for Toronto. That really had to hurt yesterday. Really had to hurt losing it that way. I mean, you losing on a base hit or whatever, blah, blah, blah. When you losing on a fucking grand salami, man, in the bottom of the 8th, man, that's a rough one, man. That's a rough one to take. But if you're going to take it, you got to take it, man. Take it on the chin, man. Try to get back up and fucking see what happens. But, yeah, so anyway. That's your matchup for tomorrow. Let's take a look at the NHL, which is in full swing. Rangers making a major comeback tonight against the Canadians. Run it down for you. The Panthers and Sabres. The Sabres all over the Panthers, shutting them out 3-0 in Buffalo. The Islanders, 5-4 in a big-time shootout in Ottawa against the Senators, 5-4. I watched that game. Oilers go into Jersey, and they get trounced. Well, not trounced, 5-3. Still in all, that's a long way. Panthers are 3-4-0. The Sabres are 2-3-0. The Islanders are 2-3-0. The Senators are 2-4-0. The Oilers are 2-2-1. The Devils are 4-1-0. Just to get you up there. The Kraken over the Maple Leafs in OT, 4-3. The Kraken moved to 3-0-2. The Maple Leafs are now 3-2-1. Blast off. The Rangers on the road in Montreal come back and win 4-3. And they go to 3-3-1. They are 3-0-1 on the road. And they beat the Canadians, who go to 4-2-0. And they are 2-1-0 at home. Another final in overtime was Minnesota and Philadelphia. Philadelphia edging out the Wild in Philly, 2-1. Wild dropped to 2-3-1. They are 1-2-1 on the road. The Flyers are 2-2-1 and 2-1-0 at home. Another final The Blue Jackets in Columbus taking on the Lightning. The Lightning dropped to 1-3-2 as they lose to the Blue Jackets 3-2. Blue Jackets are 2-3-0. Another final is the Blues, the St. Louis Blues, over the Stars 3-1. Stars go to 3-2-0. Blues 3-2-0. Another final, Predators dropped, or actually they got their ass whooped by the Jets 4-1. Predators go to 2-2-2. They are 1-2-1 on the road. Jets move to 4-1-0, and they are 2-1-0 at home. Avalanche all over the Bruins by the same score, 4-1 in Colorado. Bruins dropped to 3-3-0. They are 1-2-0 on the road. Avalanche are 5-0-1, and they are 2-0-1 at home. Another looks like another OT game, another final. Oh, that one's out here. Well, out here, L.A. The Hurricanes go into L.A. and beat them in overtime 4-3. So the Hurricanes go to 5-0-0. They are 3-0-0 on the road. Kings drop to 1-3-2, and they are 0-2-1 at home. Calgary loses to the Golden Knights in Vegas. The Vegas Golden Knights 6, Calgary Flames 1, a trouncing. The Golden Knights go to 4-0-2. They are 2-0-1 at home. Flames drop to 1-5-0, and they are 1-3-0 on the road. Penguins, they shut out the Sharks in San Jose, which is right down the street that way. No, that way. 3-0. Penguins go to 4-2-0, 3-1-0 on the road. And the Sharks, they drop to 0-3-2, 0-2-2 at home. And there's your NHL scoreboard. And that's all there is to it. Well, I'm sure some of you guys like college football. Let's see if there's any. Whoops, I went to the wrong place. Alabama beat Tennessee 37-20, if that matters. Louisville 24. Louisville beats number 2 Miami 24-21. Number 25 Nebraska is beaten by Minnesota 24-6. So it looks like a bad day for the rankings. Yes, Vanderbilt 17 knocks out LSU, who's number 10, 34-21. Georgia Tech, number 12, over Duke 27-18. OU, Oklahoma, over South Carolina 26-7. You got Mississippi, number 5, 35, getting knocked off by Georgia 43-35. Wisconsin shut out by Ohio State, who's number 1, 34-0. Michigan State loses to University of Indiana 38-13. Indiana ranked number 3. And I'm going to move the thing down here. Arizona State 26, Texas Tech 22. University of Alabama Birmingham 31 to Memphis, number 22-24. 31-24 over Memphis. What do we got here? What's that, number 4, Texas A&M? Over Arkansas, 45-42. Number 8, Oregon, 56, over Rutgers, 10. Number 18, University of Virginia, 22, over, Wisconsin, 20. Texas, 16. University of Kentucky, 13. Tennessee, 20. Alabama, 37. USC, 24. Notre Dame, 34. So Notre Dame knocking off whoever there. Yeah, Notre Dame knocks off USC 34-24, so Notre Dame ranked 13th. USC was 20th. University of, what's that, South Florida? 48 number, 1948 to FAU 13. Missouri 23, Auburn 17, BYU 24, Utah 21, and Cincinnati 49, and Oklahoma State 17. That's whatever in college football. Not a big college football guy, so there you go. I gave you the scores. Nothing else worth doing on, right? Nope, we did the NFL. We wrote that down, broke that down. Let's see. Anything else? No, that's it. That's about it, man. I think we covered all we need to cover. That's for sure. There we go. Okay. Nobody wants to chat tonight. That's cool. It's a late night. Go watch this. Go back. Leave your picks in the comments if you want. Let me know who you like this weekend and your recap, your thoughts on everything else. And, though we're going to chat some sports, but I guess nobody wants to chat tonight. That's okay. It's okay. I understand. It's only Saturday night, and it's 10:15 on the West Coast, 1:15 on the East Coast. So really not that late on a Saturday night. Thought maybe a few people would want to talk, but I guess not. So talk in the chat and in the comments, and we'll get back to you when we can. Tomorrow we got Game 6, not Game 5, Game 6 of the Mariners and the Blue Jays from Toronto. Monday night we got Tampa Bay and Detroit in Detroit. So we got Monday night football action. We got baseball tomorrow night. We got a whole bunch of coverage for a whole bunch of crazy shit going on tomorrow. So pay attention tomorrow to the third floor, okay? Because we got a lot of stuff going on. We're not even sure what we got going on. But I do know that we got Game 6. That's definite. But we might have something before that, and we might have something after that. But just stay tuned for all that. So, like I said, if you watch it back on the replay, just drop all your stuff in the comments. I know it's a late show. I thought people wanted to chat, but it's cool. We chat later. Comment. We could talk about your comments in the next show. So, basically, we came out here to break it down, give you our picks for tomorrow, give you a lookout for tomorrow for the baseball. Even gave you some college scores and everything else. I figured we'd talk some Yankees, maybe talk some Ben Rice and shit like that. But we could do that at another time. Whatever you want to talk about, or whatever the topic is, leave it in the comments, and we'll get back to you for sure. All the links are in the comments on YouTube. So follow us on YouTube, and you'll never miss anything. Follow us on Rumble. You'll never miss anything. You don't want to miss it. So we'll be back tomorrow. Keep an eye out for if something comes up before that. But we will be live at 4 o'clock on the West Coast and 7 o'clock on the East Coast for Game 6 of Seattle and Toronto American League Championship. Winner goes on to play the Dodgers. Not going to be easy to beat the Dodgers. I can tell you right now, it's not going to be easy to beat the Dodgers. Say what you will about the Dodgers. But if you want to shut them guys up or do anything, yeah, beat them. And you know what? I'm glad the Yankees are out because they would probably be embarrassed. They would probably be embarrassed because this Dodger team is better than the Dodger team from last year. And I didn't think that was possible, but somehow the Dodgers managed to pull that off. They actually got better than they were last year. So even, I don't know who comes out of the American League. Right now, at this point, you could pretty much put an all-star team together. It's pretty much what you would need to put the Dodgers to sleep. It could be ugly in the World Series. It could be another 4 or 5 game World Series. I don't know if either one of these teams are capable of hanging with the Dodgers any longer in 4 games or even 5 games. It's just the way it looks. So baseball might be wrapping up pretty rapidly, especially with these two teams going at it, going into Game 6, beating the snot out of each other. If it goes to Game 7, that's even more glorious for the Dodgers. Again, the only maybe down point for the Dodgers in all this is the time off, but you need time off, especially your pitchers, man. So I don't want to hear all that shit. Oh, the layoff. No, these guys are professional fucking athletes. You've been playing for 162 games plus. You're ready to go. You're ready to go. There's no excuses here. So yeah, that's my outlook there. Seriously, I mean, you don't have to be too much of an Einstein to figure it out that beating the Dodgers this year in the World Series is basically not feasible. Not feasible. It would take a titanium effort of epic proportions to beat the Dodgers this year in the World Series. Seriously. You would need some crazy Steven Spielberg magic or Stephen King fucking horror fucking spooky shit to beat this Dodger team. Put some like kind of voodoo curse on them or something. Seriously, you're just not beating the Dodgers this year. Doesn't matter who it is. And you know what? Thank God the Yankees are out, so they're not going to be the team that's going to be embarrassed by the Dodgers. Because they were embarrassed last year. Why go back and get embarrassed again? Because if the Yankees did get through, holy shit, they're not hanging with the Dodgers, man. Look what the Dodgers just did to the best team in baseball, the Milwaukee Brewers. They basically made them look like non-existent. They made the Brewers look like basically gone. Brewers struggle. They win the division. They got, the best record in baseball. They get the bye. They come in. They have a tough series with the Cubs and blah, blah, blah. Come in, meet the Dodgers, and just boom, 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 boom. I mean, it was like getting shot like with a shotgun right in the nuts. It's like, wow, what the fuck happened? That was quick. Before you know it, you're done. You were just getting ready. You're just getting ready into the mode of playing for a chance at the World Series, and you never get that chance because the Dodgers just came out, owned you for 4 straight in some amazing pitching. And then what Shohei does last night, this dude, he just turns around and just says, yeah, you know what? I'm going to pitch 6 innings. I'm going to strike out 10, but I'm not going to give up any earned runs. And by the way, I'm going to lead the game off with a home run, and then I'm going to hit 2 more during that. Matter of fact, I'm going to hit 1 of them out of the stadium. That's a fucking hold my beer moment 3 times over. That's insane. You can't write that shit. If you did, they'd fucking laugh you out. They tell you you can't put that in the fucking script. It's never good. You can't do that. The guy's not. This guy's fucking capable of doing anything, and he's proven it on a daily basis. Now he's starting to get tuned up in the postseason. Took him a couple of years to get a little warmed up. Everybody talks about Judge. No one talks about Ohtani. Ohtani's numbers in the postseason ain't all that good until this year. So him and Judge starting to light it up at the right time. Maybe next year, if the Yankees can get their shit together during the offseason and do what they need to do, it would be nice to have a Shohei and a Judge showdown once again in the World Series. But with a better team than what the Yankees went in there with before. Because if you went into the World Series with this team from this year against that Dodger team from this year, you thought last year was ugly? This year would really be ugly. Yeah, you'd be talking about this one for a minute. So, all right. I hung out a little bit more. I got a little bit more conversation going. I guess nobody wants to get involved and talk in the chat, so I'll let you all go. We'll hang it up. We'll call it a night. We'll get out of here. You guys go have a great night. We'll be back tomorrow to bring you Game 6 of the American League Championship from Toronto. right here. So remember, people of Earth, remember, be kind for no reason. Love your fellow man. Look out for your fellow man. And remember now, more than ever, that mental health is a real thing. So if you or somebody you know needs some help, man, or needs to talk to somebody, there's plenty of numbers out there. Get them the help they need, and be careful of people you talk to who you don't know, because you never know what kind of day they had or what they're dealing with. So always remember, be kind for no reason. Love your fellow man. Look out for your fellow man. And let's enjoy this ride on this big blue ball just spinning around through the universe. And remember, bowl up, bong up, and then beam on up to the 3rd floor. We'll be up here hanging out, waiting on you to come hang out with us up here on the 3rd floor. So until tomorrow, folks, please stay safe, stay blessed. I love yous. Have a great night, folks.
That's all, folks.
You use your tongue prettier than a $20 whore.
I think Joe is hurt. Angie Dundee, Ali's trainer, right next to me is saying it. You may hear him. Down goes Frazier! Down goes Frazier! Down goes Frazier!
Oh, the humanity.
Cocaine and hookers, my friend.
He's looking at you, kid.